We're going to go to Valerie next. She has a question about the National Monument. Valerie, you're on with Senator Lee.
Good afternoon, Senator Lee. Pleasure to speak with you today.
Hello, likewise, thank you.
I've heard a horror story that President Obama is planning to make another $20 million monument with the stroke of a pen going somewhere from St. George to Colorado. How will you protect us from this?
Okay, thank you for your question, Valerie. First of all, I share your concern. It is regrettable, to say the least, that under the Antiquities Act, the President of the United States has sweeping authority to declare monuments just on his own, by himself, affecting tens, perhaps hundreds of thousands of people, in some cases millions of people, especially poor and middle class Utahns and others throughout the West who are most directly affected by an action like this. It's got to be changed. I have a number of legislative proposals that would change that. I've been working on legislation, for example, that would limit the total amount of acreage that a president could designate as a monument in one state. I'm also working on legislation along with some members of our House delegation, including Representatives Bishop and Chaffetz, that would transition some of our lands that are currently designated as wilderness study areas and being managed already as wilderness into a wilderness designation, and simultaneously drastically limit the president's ability to declare any monument within the state of Utah. We're going to continue to monitor this carefully. I will note also that I sit on the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, which among other things oversees the U.S. Department of the Interior. When Sally Jewell, the current Secretary of the Interior, was nominated for her current position, I questioned her extensively on this. And I told her about the fact that when the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument was designated, that was done without public input from within Utah. In fact, President Clinton didn't even have the decency to come to Utah to make the announcement. It was a drive-by notification at best, and that was wrong. I got her to commit on the record that Utahns would be consulted extensively before any decision like that was made. All that being said, if the president wants to do this, he still has the power to do it, which is why I'm moving forward with this legislation that would limit drastically the president's ability to do anything like this and would prohibit him from designating anything like the monument you described.